No one wakes up one day and suddenly loses feelings. When a woman pulls away emotionally without warning, it didn't start that day. It started weeks ago, maybe months ago. You just didn't see it. Or you saw it and told yourself a comfortable lie. You remember how it felt in the beginning. She was warm, curious, responsive. She would text first. She would ask questions. She would share small details about her day. It felt natural, effortless. Then something shifted. Replies got shorter. Calls became "I'm tired." Plans turned into "let's see." She still talks to you, but the emotional energy is gone. No more depth, no more excitement. And the worst part, she doesn't explain. You sit there replaying everything. What did I do wrong? Why didn't she say anything? Why does it feel like I'm the only one still trying? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most emotional withdrawal is silent because it's internal first. She doesn't wake up and decide to detach. She slowly stops feeling emotionally safe, emotionally excited, or emotionally invested. And instead of confronting it directly, she processes it alone. Psychologically, attraction and attachment are not the same thing. In the early stages, dopamine drives connection. Novelty, uncertainty, attention, it feels intense, but dopamine fades. What replaces it is either emotional security or emotional doubt. If she has an avoidant attachment style, emotional closeness can start to feel suffocating once things become serious. The moment she feels someone depending on her too much, her nervous system interprets it as pressure, so she pulls back to regulate herself. If she leans anxious, she might initially overinvest, then withdraw when she senses inconsistency, lack of reassurance, or emotional unpredictability from you. But here's where it gets sharper. Sometimes she pulls away because the dynamic changed. In the beginning, you were centered. You had your own rhythm, your own focus. You weren't trying to win her. You were just being. Then you started chasing the feeling. You became more available, more responsive, more accommodating. You shifted your schedule. You adjusted your standards. You made her the emotional center of your day. That changes power. Attraction often thrives on mutual investment, not imbalance. When one person overextends emotionally, the other unconsciously feels less urgency, not because they're evil, because human psychology values what feels earned and reciprocal. Another layer people avoid admitting is emotional polarity. Many women are drawn to stability and grounded presence. When a man becomes visibly anxious about losing her, constantly seeking reassurance, it subtly shifts her perception. She stops feeling that grounded energy and starts feeling responsible for his emotional state. And responsibility kills romance. Now, before you get defensive, this isn't about blaming one gender. Men pull away too, but they often do it physically or visibly. Women tend to withdraw internally first. They detach emotionally before they detach physically. And here's the part that stings. She probably gave signs. Less enthusiasm, less initiation, less vulnerability. But instead of addressing it directly, you tried to compensate. More texts, more effort, more proving. You thought effort would fix emotional distance. It doesn't. Because emotional withdrawal is rarely about effort. It's about alignment, safety, desire, respect. Sometimes she pulls away because she realized she was attracted to the version of you at the start, not the version that became dependent on her validation. Sometimes she pulls away because she felt unseen emotionally but didn't believe expressing it would change anything. Sometimes she pulls away because she enjoys the attention but not the depth. And sometimes she pulls away because you ignored your own red flags and kept investing in someone who was inconsistent from day one. You want a clean explanation. A dramatic reason, something you can solve. But human emotions are layered. A woman doesn't always announce her doubts because she's still figuring them out herself. And by the time she understands them, she's already halfway out the door. Now let's talk about the uncomfortable mirror. Were you communicating calmly, or were you reacting emotionally every time something felt off? Did you maintain your boundaries, or did you abandon them to keep her close? Did you pay attention to how she treated you when you stopped overgiving? A lot of men say, she changed, but the real question is, did the dynamic change because you stopped being centered? Women often test emotional stability unconsciously. Not through games, but through behavior. When she senses that your mood depends on her responses, attraction shifts. Not because you care, but because your emotional grounding disappeared. On the other side, women aren't villains for pulling away. Many are conflict avoidant. They don't want drama. They don't want confrontation, so they fade instead of fight. It's immature, yes, but it's common. Here's the perspective shift you probably need. If someone can emotionally detach without communicating, that tells you more about their capacity than your worth. Read that again. It's not always about you not being enough. Sometimes it's about them not being equipped for depth. The real danger isn't that she pulled away. The real danger is you abandoning yourself trying to pull her back. Sending longer paragraphs, explaining your value. Trying to convince someone to feel something. You can't negotiate desire. Silent advice. Stop trying to decode someone who stopped communicating clearly. Watch behavior, not words. If investment drops, match it calmly instead of escalating yours. Regulate your nervous system before you respond. Anxiety makes you chase. Stability makes you observe. Maintain your life, your focus, your standards. Attraction survives in self-respect, not desperation. And if someone pulls away without honesty, let the distance reveal the truth instead of fighting it. Because sometimes the most painful realization isn't that she lost feelings. It's that you ignored the signs because you were afraid to lose her. And here's the line that might sit with you tonight. When someone withdraws without warning, they didn't remove your value. They exposed where you were overinvesting it.